that we're taking this opportunity to let the world in to get to know us.
Yes.
Um, we met through a mutual acquaintance. Your mom
Yep.
became a friend of mine when I started doing business with a well known radio station that she worked at in LA.
Hmm.
And out of that, she came out to support me when I was vending somewhere, and that was the beginning of our friendship. And then she mentioned you opening your braid lounge. And I came over, you were still in the finishing phases of decorating,
Hmm.
and I must say, when I walked in, my mouth fell open.
Really?
I was very impressed.
Thank
I
you.
still am impressed with everything that you do because it's done on a whole different level. It's that next level type get down.
Thank you.
And I've always wanted to be a part of something great. So whenever I look at you and I see the finished products of things that you do, it's always on a whole nother level.
Come on
And
now.
it's unique things that I find that nobody else is doing.
Thank you.
So it gives me great pride, great joy to be affiliated with you. And in that affiliation, or out of that affiliation, came this collaboration that we're working on today.
Yes.
Yes. So, what I want to know is what led you on this path?
Just like the slogan in here says, you are not just a braider. I always see myself as a businesswoman and not just about the actual trade or the craft. I always wanted to take whatever I did to the next level creatively and just to be innovative in whatever space that I was in, whether it was PR or braiding. And braiding is one of the trades that I've had for the longest of times. I started braiding hair at 12, 13, started taking my first client and gained monetary gain at around 13, 14. So I saw the benefits of it early on. And I just gained the knowledge of customer service and dealing with my clients on another level. I saw that I was that therapist, I was that resource. I referred them to a number of things, whether it was something within lifestyle, something with hair, with other people, with other clients. So I knew that I was a resource in that sense. So knowing that when I opened the salon, well, the vision to open the salon, I wanted a hub of other braiders, a hub of other entrepreneurs, and that's why I did it the layout that I did with retail, with the space, with the for the braiders, and I created it that way because I wanted to merge the two and make it a home for stylists, braiders, and other entrepreneurs.
Very good. Okay, so you started with the retail component. You would, I guess, before the retail component came about, they would have to come with their own resources for that. Now you provide them here.
Hmm.
You provide the hair. You provide products for them, all of that.
Hmm.
And you find that it's easier for them, easier for you,
Hmm.
which means that it's a more cohesive and mutually beneficial relationship.
Absolutely. And with the hair, because obviously this is a smaller business versus a huge beauty supply, I was able to get the account for Rasta Free because of the relationship. The relationship started on social media. They were following me. I was following them. We were kind of going back and forth with the likes and, the cute little stuff.
Yeah.
And then one day they said they needed braiders for a Dallas show. And so I just stepped out on faith. I'm like, obviously I live in LA, but I I always try to take relationships further and not on a transactional basis, but just again, be having that love for entrepreneurship. Like I embody all of that. So I always take certain things to that next level and make it more than what it is. And so flew out there, met the girls, did the competition with them, helped them out for free, spent my own money, credit card, my mom, my best friend, and my little sister. We went out to Dallas. And then Sherelle, who is the creative director, who's on the back of all the packages, she embraced me. She said, "Hey, we're gonna have applications going for brand ambassadors." So flew to LA, back to LA, met with her, became a brand ambassador with them for a few years, and then once I got this place, having that relationship, it was a no brainer for me. And then met with Sherelle, and that's how we have the hair here. And that's literally, I want to say, a miracle because it's not like everybody can't do that. You know, you have to have a huge budget. You have to be a huge beauty supply. Like, so yeah. And then as far as clients, I always pride myself personally on convenience, you know, one-stop shops. Like, I love just working smarter, not harder. And I take that on with my clients. So I know that I usually service hardworking women. So obviously, to cut down their time, I have everything for them. And so that's really what birthed the idea to have everything in here, and then they just come as is.
That's good. So you're giving them a wash, and then you're using the products that you supply here on their hair, and then they're happy, so they don't have to hunt around for anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just having your products in here, Nena's Organics, they've been able to have the product outside of the other retail products, but they're able to have a product that is, you know, independently owned, black owned, locally owned, no chemicals, no preservatives. And find pride with just pitching your clients, not only because I have the relationship with you and it's obviously in here, but I wore your products and used your products before even offering that. So I have a personal connection with it. And so stuff like that brings me pride because I'm able to share the things that I love with my clients. That's even down to just different other things I use, the peppermint on the hair. That's all the things that I provide is things that I personally use.
So
The
you're endorsing.
candles, yeah, everything, everything, incense, sage, like literally everything. I try to incorporate and embody in the experience. I'm all about the experience.
Yeah, that's clear. Based on the decor of your space, the vibe when you walk in, very positive. When I first came into your space, I didn't experience anything negative.
Thank
Very
you.
positive for me when I came in. When people are off or their energy is off, of course, we can pick up on that when
For
we
sure.
come in the space. And I can pick up on it, but of course, we still push forward and talk about the positive things. Speaking of positive and speaking of new opportunities, I wanted to ask you about a new project that you've embraced. And I understand you are officially an author.
Yes.
And you want to tell us
Sometimes I
about that new
forget.
project.
Yes, New Growth, which is one of the names, well, not one of the name that, you know, helped solidify the name of the collaboration we have. So, New Growth, the book, came out September 2022. And so I've always journaled throughout my entire life. I would say from 14 through as of recent. I'm 30 now. So I always knew that I was going to write a book, but I just didn't know when. So I always prepared for it. I've had like stacks of journals and previous apartments. So I've always was preparing for it. And so when I got into my relationship and he just supported the idea and allowed me to invest, and not allowed, but he supported the
He
investment.
encouraged.
Yeah, he encouraged, you know, he was like, hey, I'm going to take care, because we moved in together at that point. So he was like, I'm going to take care of all the bills. Don't worry, you invest into that as if you were still paying on your apartment. And so, me doing that, I was able to execute on it versus it being just an idea, me having a whole bunch of journals in the house. So, that was something big for me. And the name came about, it was a play on words, obviously being a braider, new growth, but it was also new growth within myself. It was important, it was vital for me to release it before I turned 30 or at 30, but I knew that I wanted to close out my 20s with that burden just kind of lifted off of me and released. You know, I talk about things I dealt with in childhood. I talk about experiences in entrepreneurship, learning different things. I talk about experiences in here and just learning how to be a salon owner and dealing with people on not just a level of they're my clients, but now sort of, everyone's independent, but just managing a new experience. So that was a new experience for me. So I talk about that because I always want to encourage other entrepreneurs who are trying to get into space or just whatever space, that these are certain things that you go through. But at the end of the day, I've always felt that I was born to be an entrepreneur. It's in my blood, sweat, and tears. So I want to identify, I want others who feel that way too to identify with me. So that's where New Growth, a journey towards wellness and self worth, is about.
So, through the journey, you closed out your 20s, and then you're stepping into your 30s with this new chapter.
Yeah.
And as part of this new chapter, you experience a great deal of growth. So, the play on words, new growth,
Yep.
which ties into how we got together
Mm-hmm.
and the collaboration between you and I. So,
Yep.
you want to expound on that?
Absolutely. Well, you explained the origin story. So that was, it was something that I'm big on mentorship, right? And I just feel that every experience I've had in salons, I've always worked in salons with older women. So I just love just everything, the wisdom, the aura, the poise that you guys bring, and you just gave me that. And so it's always been a no-brainer to collab with you on any type of degree from the start, when I was like, hey, you got shampoo? Hey, you can do wholesale? Like, what can we do to just embrace this collaboration? So I'm always with it when it comes to that with you. And you have taught me so much, and we've had plenty of conversations, venting sessions, all the above. And I just appreciate, the love that you have for young Black women like myself, just being that mother to wrap your arms around us and not, you know, be a gatekeeper to the wisdom. And so I love that. And even just with the age difference, I just feel like it's such a beautiful thing just as far as dynamics, because a lot of people talk about OGs, not embracing. So I feel very lucky and fortunate to have someone like yourself in business that I can collaborate with, learn from, vent to, and all the above. So this project right here was something special because when I mean, obviously with braids, especially with Black women, it's like a joke, but when we travel, we be in braids because clearly our hair we're not trying to worry about our hair. Like, we just trying to have fun. We can get in the pool and dry off, and that's it. And so when I see a lot of my clients, they're about to go on vacation. I see them when they're getting ready for vacation. So that's why I thought a travel kit will be super dope. Everything that you have already had as far as your products, I knew that they were already great. And so it was like, okay, how can we create a step-by-step program in the travel system so that way they can have everything that they need. And then, of course, with TSA requirements, the bag is so amazing. It's waterproof. They're able to have all their needs, and they can reuse it for other things, or they can add to it. If they want to add their deodorant in here, which you have now. Yeah, so it was such a great idea, and I love this collaboration. And I knew that supporting content around it like this was going to be special because people need to understand the product outside of just the product. It has a story to it.
Oh, yeah, definitely does. Where do you see Sade Styles natural in 5 years?
Whew. Well, in the upcoming year, I can't speak on it yet, but a lot of things are changing. And that just came from a lot of revelations that I've had personally.
The new growth?
The new growth, right. The new growth. So in 5 years, because of this pivotal year, I know that Sade Styles is going to be definitely a staple in the braid community, the entrepreneurship community, the lifestyle community, because braids are a lifestyle to me. It's not just about the actual braids. It's what it represents. You know, I love the Crown Act and what they're doing. I see myself partnering with them and doing things with people in the community that are standing for something, and incorporating everything from the author, me being an author, writing the book. I see another book coming. I'm actually working on something in the same realm, as it pertains to braids with, her name is Danielle, Arts Matters. So it's a lot of things that are coming that are essentially not necessarily going to put me from behind the chair, but are definitely going to put me in a space where I'm able to be beyond the chair. Because I know God wants me to speak more.
Yes.
He wants me to travel more. I mean, for work, for work now. So that's what I see. 5 years.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, and the salon suites are coming too. So
She got salon suites, y'all.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When you get together with a black woman, um, there's nothing like it. Nothing compares to it. There's something about us as a culture and then as a woman that when we get together, even if it's just one of us, and then we tell another friend, and then we tell another friend, before you know it, we got 5 of us.
Yep.
At a minimum. And then when we get together, we form this powerful force that cannot be destroyed. Powerful, which we're excellent providers, nurturers. We uplift America. We uplift our men, especially our black men. We nurture them. So thank you so much. Looking forward to what's next.
Me too. And for you.
Yeah.